in Q Court, Judge Bennett Jones, I believe, Karen Bennett Jones, was pretty shocked to see her back there again and acknowledge that, yes, she had already been there twice. So we need to do something to link the systems when tickets are issued, and then the people actually go to court and provide proof and documentation of what they've been cited for. And about agenda item number 43, about horse tripping / roping, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you throw a rope around a horse that is running, and you throw a rope for entertainment purposes around the legs or feet of a running horse, I can't think of anything more cruel. We have animal cruelty statutes, not only in the county, but at the state level. As many of you know, I authored Cooney's Law, which makes animal cruelty a first-time felony in Nevada. And to me, that is intentional animal cruelty. And any commissioner that would allow this to happen, I would hope that we could shoot you out of a chute after we poke you with a cattle prod, let you start running as fast as you can, and then let's throw a rope around your ankles and see if you don't trip and if you don't get hurt. This is abhorrent. I noticed that one of the commissioners that probably supports this just got up and left as I started speaking. But I urge strongly the commission to absolutely oppose this. I know it's going to come up for public hearing, and we will be there then to also oppose it then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. We appreciate you.
Good morning. Hugh Anderson, representing Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce, Government Affairs Committee Chair. Chairman Sisolak and Commissioners, I'm here to support item number 46, the fuel tax. I'm also here to help you celebrate the 57th anniversary of the U.S. Interstate Highway, as I like to call it, the asphalt internet, which was the biggest public works project in the history of the country that cost $500 billion in 2006 dollars, and for every dollar spent returns $6 in economic benefit. We've heard several speakers talk about the slow recovery we've enjoyed in Las Vegas. Let's face it, any recovery is to be enjoyed. We need to nurture that recovery. Neglecting our infrastructure is no way to improve that infrastructure, to improve that recovery. If we index the fuel tax, as you know, the RTC says that we can bond up to $700 to $800 million, which will create almost 10,000 jobs immediately. In addition to those jobs, our small business community will gain the confidence that the roads and the infrastructure surrounding their businesses will thrive and grow, and they will be able to hire additional workers. Coincidentally, this morning, I read in the Financial Times that Mexico has just announced a 6-year, $316 billion infrastructure project to improve their roads and their transportation infrastructure. If we are truly going to diversify our Southern Nevada economy to be competitive not only within the region, but globally, we need to recognize the economic threat that our neighbors, if in fact they are pursuing these projects on such a grand scale, including Phoenix, Salt Lake, and Reno, then we need to make sure that we don't neglect our own infrastructure here in town. And if you think about the fact that a price of regular gasoline has ranged between $3.09 and $3.96 a gallon this year, 3 cents is a 0.008% change in that price. But on any given day, gasoline jumps up and down. As a financial advisor, one of the reasons we are so sensitive to the price of gasoline is because we pump it every week. But the reality is, your car is getting destroyed when you're driving over unrepaired potholes, or you can't get to work in a timely fashion. So on behalf of the 6,000 small businesses that represent 250,000 employees, we would encourage you to support the fuel tax. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Dirk Tejan. I live here in Clark County. I'd like to address
If you're welcome to move that microphone up to make it more comfortable for yourself. There you go.
I'd like to address item 55. First of all, from what I understand, the Metro Police Department, most of the officers enjoy about double the income of the average citizen here in Clark County. And if I may, I'd like for people to consider the difference between taxes and theft. Theft if someone steals my property or my money, I can go to these gentlemen at Metro, and I have some type of redress. But once a tax is levied against the people in Clark County, they have no redress. That's all I'd like to say. I'm totally against item 55.
Thank you. If we have other cards, I will take public comment when we get to item number 55 as well, for those who want to speak on that specific item. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Sally Dobler. I'm representing NAOP 7 Nevada, 1880 Warm Springs Road, Las Vegas, 89119. I'm here to speak in support of item number 46. NAOP supports the implementation of AB 13, the fuel tax indexing. We agree that this ordinance will generate important income that will enable us to really diversify our economy locally and help us be competitive on a global basis. NAOP is comprised of many different kinds of businesses in this community. We've been particularly hard hit by the economic downturn of the past few years. As with the other small businesses, we feel strongly that these are the kinds of things that we need to do to really push to ensure the future of our community. We feel that to do this, we need to build additional transportation infrastructure as well as maintain and improve the existing transportation infrastructure so that we can better facilitate the movement of goods and services throughout our community. We believe that the additional revenue source generated will further bolster Southern Nevada's economy by providing the needed jobs, by assisting with economic development, and by creating permanent and long-term jobs. So we encourage you to support the Clark County Initiative for Fuel Tax Indexing. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Jose Zapatero. I'm a resident of Clark County, and I just want to speak really briefly against agenda item number 55. Somebody already pretty much said what I wanted to say, which was that this tax increase is a result of a legislative move prior to this horrible recession that we're going through. And perhaps it made sense back then, but given the economic times right now, I don't think it makes sense for us for the tax to be increased even more. Also, just briefly, I want to say that I understand that Sheriff Gillespie requested this tax increase because of a $30 million shortfall that Metro is expected to have or is going through. My understanding is that, like the gentleman said before, the public employees of Metro are very well paid. In fact, I looked at a website called Transparent Nevada, and I saw there that a total of 3,307 employees of the Metropolitan Police Department earn six-figure salaries. I was flabbergasted by that. I mean, I don't earn even half as much, and most people that I know don't earn even half as much. So I just want to suggest respectfully that maybe instead of increasing the taxes, we can take a look at this very high salaries that this department is having. But maybe that's the reason why or partly the reason why they're going to go through a $30 million shortfall. And that's it. That's my piece.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to address the board at this time? We will be taking individual public testimony on some of the items. So, seeing and hearing none, I will close this portion of public comment and turn it back to Mr. Burnett.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, item 4 through 39 comprise the consent agenda, and as we've discussed, item 39 has been held until your August 6th meeting.
I would make a motion for approval.
We have a motion for approval on consent agenda. Any discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Motion passes.
Now we can move to Section 3, Commissioners, County Managers' Recognition, beginning with item 40. This is to present proclamations recognizing those various agencies and private companies who have made donations to the 2013 Clark County Summer Business Institute program.
Mr. Burnett, are we going to introduce the suits after this?
I think this would be an appropriate time to introduce our guests this morning.
Mr. Guest now? Perfect. Would we like to start with Commissioner Scow to my left? You want to begin?
Authorized by Chapter 249 of the 2005 Nevada Legislature, as amended by SB 1 of the 2013 Special Session of the Nevada Legislature, providing for other matters properly relating thereto to set a public hearing. Staff recommends a public hearing be scheduled for Tuesday, August 6, 2013 at 10 a.m.
I will, I'm sorry. Commissioner Collins, can I introduce the ordinance? I'll introduce the ordinance and set the schedule a public hearing for August 6, 2013 at 10 a.m. Commissioner Collins, and then I've got a bunch of cards.
I know, but I wanted to bring up on the horse tripping legislation.
43. We'll go back to 43 after we do 55 and have discussion on amendments. Sheriff, did you want to make any comments on item 55? No. Jeez. Sheriff? I've got 5 cards wishing to speak. I've got Robert Walker, Leandra Gonzalez, Dirk Tehan, Gary Chris Cohn, and Robbie Andrew. I think a lot of these people spoke at the beginning. Did anyone wish to speak now in addition? Yes, sir. I know this is not a public hearing, but I'm going to take public comment. Is that okay?
You certainly can. Obviously, the board scheduled the public hearing
Right.
for August 6th. It would also be an appropriate time to consider public comment.
We'll do it at that time as well. Yes, sir.
Hi, Gary Cushon. I just think it's, the sales tax is already high enough. The sales tax is a regressive tax that hurts the poor and working class. It slams them. And, just like the other gentleman said earlier, there was, over almost 4,000 people that are making over $100K at the police department, based on his figures. It seems outrageous to me. And from many people's perspective, they see the police now are being viewed as basically we're in a police state. No one. I don't see anybody that sees the police as actually helping people. They view the police as basically. They say the police are viewing the people as their enemy. That's how a lot of people view them. And if you really want to give them more money, maybe wait till some of the police brutality and the civil rights lawsuits, maybe when they start to go down, maybe you can consider giving them more money. But maybe not just Las Vegas, but throughout the country, we see a police state. Just in the RJ, we see there was an article about a cop ordering a girl she was swimming to go off to get into his boat. She didn't get in his boat. She went over to the side, and he went and put his knee right in her back. Because I guess she didn't obey his order to get into the boat. So I don't think we need more money for the police. We need less money for the police. And maybe we need to stop this police brutality. What's the other example? The Mitchell case in Nevada that just came out, where they just barged into people's houses, and we don't need that. So maybe when the police brutality lawsuits go down, civil rights lawsuits go down, then maybe you can consider it. But many people have the same viewpoint as I do. There's a lot of citizens that see it that way. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Do I have any of the other people that are read on the cards, Mr. Codges? I had 4 of the cards here, so I don't know if those folks, I'm going to read it one more time. Mr. Walker, Leandra Gonzalez, Dirk Tehan, and Robbie Andrew. I don't know if any of those, okay, I'm just going to assume that they spoke in public comment. Mr. Hodges, go ahead.
Are you taking public comment from just those that turn in cards? I thought it was for introduction.
No, this isn't the time. There's a public hearing that's going to be set, but I am taking public comment. So, okay, Mr. Hodges, go ahead.
I get involved